This is Haikou, the capital of China's Henan province. It's home to more than 2 million people, but not even in the country's top 50 by population. And yet, despite being a small city by China's standards, it's still full of tall buildings, including skyscrapers, all of which have been built since 2000. But that's all about to change. The recent ban on the construction of super tall buildings across China has been significantly expanded, and now even small skyscrapers in places like this will be forbidden. Oh, and there's been a tightening of restrictions in China's biggest cities too. So what's caused the nation with more skyscrapers than anyone else to make such a dramatic U-turn? You might remember our video from July 2020 responding to a pretty extraordinary bit of news coming out of China. The country's Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development had just banned the construction of buildings over 500 metres in height and placed heavy restrictions on those planning to go over 250 metres.
Entire cities designed to look like Paris, Venice, London, even Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
It also put a stop to the copycat architecture craze, which saw large and slightly weird replicas of landmarks from around the world pop up in several cities.
The Eiffel Tower! Look at that place!
Despite some analysts predicting its skyscraper obsession would calm down at some point, the fact that China would contribute no further to the list of the world's tallest buildings, which it dominates, came as a shock to many. And yet it's another government announcement made in October 2021 where things get really interesting. Because now, cities with populations under 3 million won't be able to build skyscrapers at all. Going taller than 150 metres, the height at which a building officially becomes a skyscraper will no longer be allowed. If that wasn't all, larger cities will be limited to 250 metres, less than half the height of China's tallest buildings. Now, special exemptions may still be given if a small city really needs a new skyscraper, but they absolutely definitely cannot go above 250 metres. Likewise, a bigger city could go higher than that if it has a convincing case, but if it wants to go over 500 metres, then forget it. No more Shanghai Towers or Ping An Finance Centres, and that's final. There are even new rules to follow past the 100 metre mark. To go higher than that, a building will need to meet certain seismic and fire safety requirements. The question then is, why? Wasn't China getting by just fine before? Didn't its skyscraper boom help it achieve those remarkable rates of development that it's enjoyed since the 1980s? Well, not everyone was that stunned by these new measures. In fact, some experts kind of saw it coming.
I'm not surprised at all that these new rules came in, because in the past few years, Chinese government clearly start to pay more attention to the building quality and also the characteristics of Chinese cities.
Dr. Fei Chen is a senior lecturer at the University of Liverpool's School of Architecture in the UK. She specialises in urban design and public space.
In the past more than 3 decades, as you know, the urbanization speed in China was astonishing and really rapid. And in that process, a lot of buildings were built by speed, really, so not in a high quality and high standard. So Chinese governments have noticed this problem.
Those concerns about quality have only grown, not helped by incidents like this in May 2021, where footage of a skyscraper in Shenzhen shaking uncontrollably went viral. Officials are also keen to prevent more so-called vanity projects, where buildings are constructed more to make a statement than meet an actual need. Those buildings occasionally result in more floor space than could ever realistically be filled, and designs that arguably give little consideration to the surrounding area.